you deal with stress?
I take a step back and just take a break for a while and evaluate what my options are at that point. Stressing out, I find, doesn't really ever help me. So I try and calm down and then go from there, basically.
I deal with stress by watching a lot of Netflix.
I deal with stress by remembering to stay in the now, the present.
I like to walk around Kensington Market.
Right now I deal with stress by stepping outside the lab.
I walk away from my work for a little bit, and I'll probably just pull up a notepad and start doodling for a bit.
Listening to podcasts and laughing at myself.
I take a lot of naps.
I deal with stress by going to the gym and by listening to angry music.
I go for a run.
When I'm stressed, I usually start by taking some deep breaths to calm myself down, and then I'll remind myself of something positive that happened that day or that week to remind me of what makes me happy and to put myself in a more positive mood. I then remind myself of all the blessings I have in my life and all the great things I have going on to remind me of what's important and realize that I'll be able to work things out with my life even if things don't go as planned with what I'm stressed about. And this usually helps me keep level-headed and reduces my stress.
The first thing I do is recognize that the feeling of stress is just temporary. So taking note that I'm feeling stress right now and this is temporary is something that really helps me want to overcome it and actually look for solutions and coping mechanisms on how to move forward. The second thing I do is take a time out when I can. So as soon as I know that I'm feeling stress, I know that it's temporary, I then try to make the time to take a time out. That could mean doing a physical activity such as swimming, it could mean reading a book, it could mean watching YouTube videos, or spending time with a friend, just having some coffee, chit-chat, art. All of those things really help me out. The third thing I wanted to share is, as a grad student in particular, we're often juggling multiple tasks. We work, we're full-time students or part-time students working multiple jobs. Oftentimes we have volunteer projects that we're also helping to manage, and on top of that we have our own family obligations as well, in addition to our own personal mental well-being. So the third thing I do is, instead of getting overwhelmed with life and all of the things that life throws your way, or my way, is I just take a time out and I start saying no to things that I realize are not a priority.
I found that the two best ways, or the two best things that work for me are, first of all, the more you talk about your feelings with other people, your friends or people in your program, as long as you find one person and you just share how you're feeling, no matter how silly or whatever you sound, it always helps. Even if the other person doesn't provide you with any benefits or any realistic advice, just sharing that with someone is super helpful. And the second thing, I found that for me, for some reason, singing really helps. I'm not a good singer at all, but just sitting there and just spending the time singing songs or playing the piano, it really helps as well. So I guess at the end of the day, it's whatever works for you, but you have to try. And the more you try, the more you'll know. So that's my advice.
Shake it out, ooh, oh, and it's hard to dance.